foliage is just starting. You go. There it goes. Showing off their beauty before they shed their leaves to come back next year. All right, I am back at it again. In a new forest that I've never been to. And I'm up a little bit early because the forecast showed possible weather later. So I don't usually start out, I usually take my time waking up, but here we are in the morning, which is cool because with a forecast is not ideal. I'm thinking less people, like LIB talks about. When it's raining, there's no people out, so. And it doesn't look like it'll be for a while. So I'm hoping to get some good hikes in today and see whatever we find along the way. You can see the leaves just lightening up. The ones that are right out in the constant sunlight, that first wave, the front line of leaves, they're turning. And then the layers and the layers. Great time of year, it's beautiful. So no expectations. Although that's kind of interesting right there. And that, and behind it. And this laid across it. It's subtle. I think that's broken right there too. Notice a lot of the time when there's a break like this or something, you know, there'll be like this small branch that's also broken on it. Seems to be right on cue, right around the time of the change of seasons where it goes from summer to fall. The colors are just starting. My very first impressions just out here is oddly, I've got more structures and bends and stuff right around my campsite than I'm seeing right away. Which certainly doesn't mean anything about out here, but it's just funny. I actually drove around looking at campsites. There's a broken limb. And I noticed the big arch and stuff in that shorter video that I either did post or will be posting. I was like, yep, that's where I want to camp. Beautiful. Something else I like to try to do in my videos is just capture the beauty. Wherever I go, look for, ooh, this looks like it's got a bit of a curve to it. That's cool. And a broken tree right there, center screen. All right. And some natural beauty. The amazing wilderness. Sun shining over there. Nice broken tree to offset the background. It's also kind of cool how this is forked through that tree. There's a big one leaning up against that one with the huge, I don't know what. That's a big, whatever. Maybe there's a limb there. You could practically fit inside that. Then I also noticed over here, where to go, right there. Right through the Y. That one right there. A pretty cool break way up there. Pretty interesting. I do know, just driving around this forest, just from the public view, I've seen a lot of stuff. Much more than I've seen so far here. So, but who knows what we'll find? I never do. Whatever anyone watching this thinks as far as a Sasquatch presence or anything like that, or evidence, I don't think anyone can deny that this is a beautiful morning. I'm grateful to be out capturing it and allowing some people that can't get out to experience it vicariously through me. All right, we have a down tree. Does that mean anything in itself? Not necessarily. I do see that broken part of it in the center screen, which adds an interesting element. Adding it to all the pieces of the puzzle, I guess. A little ways, and I cannot say that I have seen a single arch anywhere yet. I have seen them around this area, including right next to my tent. 3 of them around it, actually, or 2 definitive arches and 1 sort of like an arch, sort of a bent limb. Hopeful to find some, but you never know. They're not everywhere. I do have a high percentage of them in my videos. That's kind of an interesting bend right there, though. But that does not indicate at all the frequency that I see them. Remember a while I kind of learned of that idea of those, and I thought it was really fascinating. And I just didn't find them for a while. And then all of a sudden, it's just like I found more of them for some reason. Noticing all the bark off of that one and how it's leaning, and how this one's at an angle up to that. That's pretty interesting right there, I think. And I'm noticing the sound of something like a acorn falling, and it's kind of a mental note. Maybe they're naturally falling. Maybe it's a squirrel. The other possibility is, are they being tossed? Actually came from that way. Look how beautiful that is. These flowers, sounds of nature. Right? Kind of interesting here. The way that's laid across. That one goes up. Certainly, most people could look at that and dismiss it all as natural fall. For me, I'd be taking note, like, okay, that's interesting. Could that have maybe been intentional? If if I had never stepped foot in here before and this was like my very first time here. That's what I'd be thinking. Oh, look at that one leaning up there. And that's just me. It's just my thoughts. Just sharing what I'm thinking. Here it looks broken. The top of that, and then there's another one or two leaning up. That is a definite pattern I've seen. And for me, some of those have stood out. There's two of them there. In a way where sometimes I've seen them where they just look really unusual. And so often, like these two right here, I noticed that they just don't have any bark on them. And that broken tree right there, center screen, kind of has possibly a bent branch, and I'm hearing something creaking up there without any wind. Does that mean anything? Maybe yes, maybe no. Looking at the top of that center screen there. Really subtle, but I'm noticing that how it's bent and kind of connected in the corner there. And then I just see this tree here that's kind of at an angle. Taking notes, just taking observations. There's a tree that's like split somehow. Right there. I never even know where I'm gonna go with these videos. It's like they take shape as I go. I'm gonna just take a peek at these fallen trees. They're somewhat cut because I'm on a bit of a trail. And but sometimes I'll see something cool around a fallen tree. Like a real definitive arch. Which it has right there. Right in the middle. It's like hard to see, but you can see that curve right there. Holy crap. Right on cue. Look at that. Can you see that? That one tree that's just bent. And there's one there. Kind of through that. That one in the middle. That is freaking cool. I'm noticing these vines that are attached to it. Heck yeah. And just right after that, ooh, I'm looking at the back of it. It looks kind of cool there. Look at that upside down wishbone thing. But I'm seeing this. So I wanted to take a peek at this. It's like they're all jammed into this one. Look how many are, what in the world? Between these two big trees, there's 1, 2, whoa. Now to me, that's not natural. There's no way. 2 different whole trees went in between that. No freaking way. In my opinion. Yeah. Wait, there's 3. Yeah, no way. I don't even think you could argue that that's natural. But feel free, I won't argue back with you. I've stated my belief. That is not natural, is my belief. No bark on them either. They all have the bark missing. That's so cool. They're just like jammed in there. From the side, I wasn't expecting that. There's even more. There's like that smaller one. There's those 2 on the side. There's even more. I wonder if I can get a slightly closer. Shit, look at this from the side here. Maybe we have back here? That's broken there. Look at that. What? No way. No way. Nope. Not happening by itself. It's like a jackhammer woodpecker going on up there. Maybe it is a jackhammer, I don't know. Could be. Wow. I've never seen this before. Wow. There we are, and then there's this upside down wishbone. This is, I'll see if I can put a little clip of it. This is just like another much bigger limb that I saw, sort of upside down like that, standing straight up. And just, and look at that. Those limbs. Because of that, it makes me wonder about that. Look at it just standing up. There's a couple more here. Wow. That's wild though. And just noticing now, in the background off to the left, are those two that are leaning, also without the bark. Pretty close to all this. Very cool. I'm heading back to the first down tree, and there's that kind of curved looking tree there, but that curve in the middle of this really stands out to me. I don't see wood bending like that. Even if a tree fell on it, I don't see that happening. I've also seen a bend like that where nothing fell on it show up where I work. And those are broken up there too. Huh. I'm loving how you've got that bend like that, and then you have the broken tree. You know, you could say that happened from this falling if you wanted. Then you have this vine. It goes way up and it crisscrosses, and the other end of it's down there, which is just cool. It's kind of wrapped around that. If you're to look at that bend as intentional, then you could look at the rest of this, and then right there, that tree's just messed up. It looks like limbs were peeled off of it or something. It appears to be in the middle of brush. Otherwise, I might even look at that like, is that a brush hog? But just with this stuff around here, I'm wondering if it could have been done on purpose too. Because I do see that bend as being done on purpose. No other way I think that's happening. A little more look just at what I'm seeing in the distance. And just heard another something fall. Object or something. That could have maybe been like a squirrel jumping around. I don't know. That was an object falling, and so is that street. Where I'm facing. That's kind of cool. Looking at this right here. That stick that's just hanging there, and how that one's a little bit bent. Looks slightly engineered, possibly. All those trees and limbs that were in there in between those two trees. That was something. Unless you just absolutely don't believe that Sasquatch is real. Oh, it looks like a broken tree there next to the bigger one. I don't know how you could argue that that was natural. And I got no problem. It's fine if you do, but I'm just thinking out loud, just objectively about certain stuff. Presuming that you do believe that Sasquatch do that stuff. And then I'm also thinking of the other one I saw. Maybe I'll put a little clip of that. That was incredible. That was one of the most interesting finds I've had. Wow. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Look at that. I am so grateful for what YouTube has offered as far as camaraderie, fellowship. So grateful for people I've met here in YouTube. I think one of the first people I started talking with was Long Island Bigfoot. Linda, RG. I don't want to go in a particular order. I'm just brainstorming here, but Billy from Maryland, Squatch Watcher, Littlefoot Grandma, Carson, Raymond, Goodson Auto, Mark, and Mark Wilson. Oh man, Janelle, there's so many. I know there's lots and lots more. There's a carcass. Sorry to have a gruesome interruption. I think that is a squirrel just smashed on the trail. And Sasquatch Seeker, who's got a channel with a few subscribers, not too many, with some amazing finds. Short videos, just all boots to the ground in his backyard and neighborhood, just finding stuff that wasn't there the day before. I just heard like a creaking and then like a little snap, it sounded like. Other channels, Montauk is Strange, Brother Littlefoot. It's awesome that we have each other in this, and I know I forgot people. Snow White Bigfoot is a channel that I've really enjoyed watching. Pork and Beans, Barb Shoop. Those are ones that are more of a different... Okay. That is cool. I'm gonna go with handiwork here. Look at that, with the sun. Good morning. Good morning, lovely forest people and everyone else. Ah, that was almost right on cue. That was a bigger flying object. If you don't get out, I recommend it. If you can't tell, I'm feeling pretty grateful. Happens every time for me. I don't know what it is. A combination of all of it. Look at that though. How'd that limb get there? Look at that. Oop. Stepped on something. Nice view of it. And that leaning tree in the background. Kind of goes down here. One of my other favorite things is creek beds. Yeah, that's beautiful there though. Also have to mention Friends with Monsters. Carson also. And C and Chow, CHOWE9. They've all shared some stuff for my channel for me to share. Stacy, thank you, Stacy. That was amazing, and I have more to share from you. It is amazing and awesome to meet people in this. It can be tough when you have an experience, something happens, even if it's just from listening to YouTube videos that you realize, wow, I think there's really something to this. And then you talk to people and they think you're nuts and they laugh at you and all that. And I kind of get a kick out of the idea of somebody laughing and then running into a being, a person. Who could do that? Who's laughing now? I get some kind of kick out of that thought. I also, I don't want, there's a lot of broken trees here. I don't want someone to be all messed up. It happens. People, they get PTSD and stuff. It's just scary. That's the interpretation a lot of people have, is just fear, and I understand. Gotta catch that beautiful breeze. I have to mention Edwin Akaito, who's helped me tremendously. And if it wasn't for this petite little woman who loves the Sasquatch people, I might not have stayed around the forest. And on that, we are I get giddy at this stuff here. That is a beauty. My goodness. Wowee. Oh, there's another one too. There's an amazing one down below. Right over here. Look at this. Wow. Wow. Oh man, and another one. Look at that with the sun. And the one in front of it. And one below. Right there. Oh my god. And the crows. Yes, guys. Look at that, though. That. Broken tree there. This is the area. There's a big top of that tree's broken down. Looks like that one stayed hung up. Oh, man. Look at that. And that big one. There's so many. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. All right. That. Then we gotta go look on the other side. Look at those three there. That made my day right there. I already thought the other stuff was cool though. This is incredible. I don't think this is too old. Look at this. Wow. But then again, it's not necessarily dead, so. That tells you this was bent. Look at the bark on it. This was bent. It just I don't see a tree bending like that. That one's split quite a bit. That's funny. Get a limb across it here. Well, all of this. Oh my goodness. I'll have a closer look and then I'll try to get a vantage point. Oh my goodness, look at that. The big one. Get out of there. One. Wait a minute. Two. Three. Four. See this right here? Imagine this thing crashing and gently doing that to this little tree. That's what really gets me of many things. And there's that bend there. Wow. What a find. That is spectacular. There's that leaning tree right there. All right. I never seem to end my videos properly, if there is such a thing. I end it and then I see more. But what I'm gonna do, because I have some time left, I'm gonna end this around this just incredible work. And then we'll continue and see what else we find today. But this is just, what do you call that? Grand finale or something? We'll end it here. So, was that a knock? We'll end it here. So, was that a knock? Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Blessings. That was the stick that I have, my walking stick, but the other one was a little ways away. Look at that. That kind of sounded like a knock too. I didn't hear anything land. Now you have beautiful leaves right there. My heart is full. Thank you. That sounded like a knock too. Right before that thing I stepped on. Cracked. Wow. Thank you guys. Blessings.